3-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Caleb Sylvia, the designated hitter tonight, comes into bat. And Caleb Sylvia has had a very nice baseball season once he rejoined the team about halfway through after finishing up his wrestling season for All Saints, his championship wrestling season for All Saints. This one low and inside, ball one. As Miguel Vega has just thrown his 15th pitch of this outing. The deal, and this one turned around on and a frozen row foul to the left side out of play. And Caleb Sylvia, who has been patrolling left field for the past week and a half for All Saints, is the designated hitter tonight, and that is because Logan Britt is back into the outfield defensively for All Saints. He's at center. Here comes the 1-1, and this inside at the ankles, and Caleb Sylvia takes for ball two. Caleb Sylvia still not committed to a college yet, but getting interest primarily for his wrestling prowess, but he's also an excellent linebacker on the Saints football team. This pitch low and bounces off the plate. And the count moves to 3-1. Well, Miguel Vega opened up this one tonight in dominating fashion, striking out the side in the bottom of the first, rather. And as the wind blows in a little bit from right field, this one a breaking ball that catches the plates, and that loads up the count. 3-0 advantage for the Guard here in the bottom of the second. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one popped up high right side. Generous foul territory here, but just missing the dugout of the All Saints and out of play, bouncing on the concrete and back towards West Mesquite High School. And there's a door open down that hallway that ball may have just went into. So we'll try this 3-2 again. And here it comes from Vega. And that one to beans Caleb Sylvia right in the middle of the back. And he'll take the free pass. Turning it just in time. Well, that was, as you can see, just under the left shoulder blade there to the left of the number on the back of the jersey. So that puts, with nobody away here in the bottom of the second, a runner over at first. Caleb Sylvia can move if need be. 3 for 3 on stolen bases on the year. And here's Cade Farr, the first baseman, who most likely will be the starting pitcher for All Saints in game number 2 tomorrow. That taking place at 4:30 here at Texas24.net. And the opening pitch, inside part of the plate, and strike one. Cade Farr throws left from the mound, but he bats right at the plate. And the future Red Raider gets ready for the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And Cade falls down 0-2 in the count. And Cade had some issues. He was going through a bit of a dry spell that started with about 2 games left of the regular season, but ended abruptly in the big win, 6-1 victory in the area round over Austin St. Regis. This is a curveball that did not curve. And quick look over to first, but Caleb Sylvia not threatening. 1-2 the count. And standing upright at the plate is the very tall Cade Farr, and that letter high for ball 2. So with nobody out, runner at first for the Saints. The 2-2 comes home, swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Miguel Vega, who is placing the ball beautifully in this outing. And just one of the bevy of pitchers that Austin Reed has to go to in his stable. In fact, nearly half the team has some sort of pitching performance throughout the year. And they haven't played that many games. Quick throw over to first, and easily back in time is Caleb Sylvia. And A.J. Mendolia, the swinging sophomore, takes a cut at this one and fouls it back towards the very top iron bar of the backstop, and I believe knocked one of the zip ties off as it flings into the crowd. 0-1 to the count to the sophomore second baseman. And in and out, in and out. Now Mendolia is ready to go. And Miguel Vega had not stopped his stare the entire time. Now he turns his look over to first, but no problem. There's not much of a lead throughout this entire tenure at first base for Caleb Sylvia. And now he takes a little bit towards the grassy part of this artificial turf. Very bouncy infield here at Tillery Field. Sylvia takes off, and he slides in safely, stealing at second base. And he was playing possum through that entire time over at first, not threatening until it was time to go. It was a called ball. So 1-1 with one away, and now a runner in scoring position for All Saints in this 3-0 lead for the guard. Mendolia also on the football team. He's one of the linebackers in that rotation. And the 1-1, this one low and outside, and a nice stop from behind the plate for catcher Josh Jenkins to keep that one in front. It is a massive distance from home plate all the way to the backstop here. A generous foul area, as we've said. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 away with a runner at second for the Saints. Here it comes, and this is a liner up the middle of the infield into shallow center. 1 run will come home, and Caleb Sylvia and the Saints are on the board here in the bottom of the second. Now they trail 3-1 to the guard. An RBI single for A.J. Mendolia, who has really come on, and this started happening about 3 weeks left in the regular season. Was talking to head coach Mike Failer towards that stretch as the regular season was closing for the Saints, and he was saying because it was Todd Thompson over at second base for the first half primarily, and in the lineup as well too, but AJ had just started batting so well, and pitch hit opportunities as this one opening offering to Will Shipman, we'll get to his story here in a minute, is a high fastball for ball 1. But Mendolia hit nearly 500 in district play, and that secured him almost a near permanent spot, as permanent one as one could be in the starting lineup. This high and outside on a fastball for ball 2. Now to the saga of Will Shipman. As is so often the case with Fort Worth All Saints. Outside of football, they have to. In the basketball season, half the basketball team was just getting over playing the football season. So they arrived as that one is wide, and it's 3 pitches, 3 balls to Will Shipman, the lefty junior left fielder. And the same thing happened in baseball as Andrew Bird was still recovering from an injury sustained late in the football season, a knee injury. That kept him out of his basketball season. And for the first half and a little bit more of the baseball season for Andrew Bird. But also arriving late was Caleb Sylvia. And the pitch, this high and outside, and a 4-pitch walk for Will Shipman. So Will Shipman got a lot of playing time as he takes the free pass now early in the year. And very good defensively. In fact, will be subbed late in games where All Saints has the lead by Mike Failer as a defensive replacement in the outfield. But Jack Hartgrove was injured in BP batting practice just before last week's Austin St. Regis area 6-1 victory, as the opening pitch comes inside for a ball to Mason Speaker, the junior catcher. So that opened the door for Will Shipman to start in right field, and all Will did that night was go 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a double, and came around twice to score. So here is Will tonight. The 1-0 to Speaker, and this is a breaking ball that finds every bit of the plate. And evens up the count at 1-1. 3-1 in favor of Brook Hill. in the bottom of the second. 1 out and runners at first and second for All Saints. A.J. Mendolia at second, Will Shipman at first. And the 1-1 from Vega, that spins a curveball in. Nice pitch that freezes Mason Speaker. And Mason Speaker, who has played off and on the first half of the season, but really secured that catching position. They were holding it essentially for Caleb Sylvia to come back, but Mason Speaker started to become so good defensively that, well, that earned his spot in the lineup. And as a hitter, 245 average, he has come to life in the past 2 weeks, including a home run in the final week of the regular season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is a curveball that's hung and lofted into center field. Settling underneath it for the out is Seth Moth, but trying to tag up for a moment, but he thinks better of it was A.J. Mendolia. He remains at second. So 2 away. And the number 9 hitter, the junior lefty right fielder, Cedric Bowman, who up until tonight had been patrolling right field exclusively for All Saints throughout the year. Pardon me, center field. 275 average for Cedric, who has blistering speed, and this one low and outside for ball 1. Blistering speed. Hasn't really had the opportunity to steal many bases, 2 for 3, but his speed was certainly seen on an inside the park home run late in the year, and then he went yard on 1 the good old-fashioned way, and this one lofted up right side of the infield foul territory. It's drifting with the wind, and it bounces just before the first row of the grandstands, so just out of reach and beyond the fence.
Crack, rock.
11 RBIs on the season for Cedric Bowman. He's struck out 14 times and he's walked 5 at 356 on-base percentage. Takes a cut, and here comes fastball low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away and 2 on for All Saints at first and second. Is A.J. Mendolia. Hopes to advance to third for All Saints, and that's where Miguel Vega turns his attention momentarily, but back with a hop skip is Mendolia. And the deal, this one inside, bounces away and halfway to Idalou, Texas, and that will allow A.J. Mendolia to advance to third, and Will Shipman goes to second on the passed ball. It seemed to have bounced off the left foot of catcher Josh Jenkins. Yes, I just had a question. Where is Idalou, Texas? That's in West Texas, by the way, in the Panhandle. There's 4 people that know that, and they all live in Idalou. High and outside for ball 3. Hey, I grew up in Lubbock, all right, and lived in Odessa, so. Odessa over here, too? All right. A couple of Permian and Panhandle natives here in the press box. The payoff pitch. It's a breaking ball, and it's a one-hopper over to first, and on the bag, unassisted, is Ty Overbeek, and that will retire the Saints here in the bottom of the second. But, well, they cut the deficit a little bit as 1 run comes across, and it does so on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. To the top of the 3rd inning, and a 3-1 Brook Hill School lead back here. After this brief timeout, you're watching live in high definition on Texas 24/7 Television Network.
Baby, when you touch me, I can feel how much you love